This video is a quick start introduction, and here we assume that you've already patched your console and set up some views and some basic presets. If you'd like to learn more about patching and setting up your console, please refer to our other tutorial videos for more in-depth information. A group is a quick and easy way of storing a selection of lights for you to recall at a later time. To create a group, open a group pool. Select the lights you want to include in the group, press Store, and then press a blank group tile. Don't forget to label your new group. To do this, simply start typing the name in directly after creating the group. Or, to do this later, you can press Assign, Assign, and then touch the group tile to open the label window. Now the next time that you'd like to recall that selection of fixtures, you don't need to type in their fixture or channel numbers, you can simply touch the group. A preset is a memory that stores simple feature information about your lights. For example, colors, gobos, positions, dimmer levels, etc. Creating a palette of presets organizes your show file and makes programming much simpler. For example, we'll create a color preset. First, make sure that you have your color preset window open. In your fixture sheet, set up the color that you like in your lights. Now press Store and then a blank tile. To label it, simply start typing on your QWERTY keyboard directly after storing the preset, and now you have a color that you can return to at any point. We'll make the first cue in our sequence a blackout. Select every light in your rig and set its dimmer value to 0. Then press Store, Cue 1, and then a button above or below the fader where you want to store your main cue stack. To make continuing on easier, we'll press Select, and again a button above or below the same fader. This will make your sequence the selected sequence on the console. Now you're ready to continue programming your cues. Set up the next lighting state you wish to save and press Store, Please. This will bring up a window on your screen with a few options. The one you need for our purposes is Create Second Cue. The console will automatically store this as the next cue in your selected cue stack. To store another cue, create the next look on your stage and again press Store, Please. Next we want to see the cues that we're creating. Clear a screen by pressing this key and then press Clear Screen in the corner of your touchscreen. Now touch a blank space in the top left-hand corner and select the Sheets tab. Press the view called Sequence Executor. This will open up your cue list, which by default should automatically link to the selected sequence. The cues you've already created should appear here. To create a cue with a specific fade or delay time, you have two basic options. The first is to insert the time as you program. For example, pressing Store Time 5 Please will store the next cue with a fade time of 5 seconds. If you want to split the up and down fade times, try Store Time 4 Time 6 Please. This will store the next cue with an up fade time of 4 seconds and a down time of 6 seconds. You can keep pressing the time key to change its functions through the timing options. For example, Store Time 5 Please will store the cue with a delay of 5 seconds. Store Time 4 Time 6 Time 7 will store a cue with an up time of 4, down time of 6, and an out delay of 7. The number of times that the time key is pressed after pressing Store results in different actions in this order: fade in time, fade out time, delay in time, delay out time, snap percent, and command delay. Another way that you can adjust the times of your cues is to do this directly in the Sequence Executor sheet. By using the touchscreen or your mouse, you can select an individual or group of timings by drawing a box around the times. Then press the screen encoder to edit your selection and enter a new time. You can insert cues into your cue list with either a whole number or a cue number with up to 3 decimal places. For example, to insert a cue between cues 5 and 6, I might type Store Cue 5.5 Please. Or if you have cues 1 through 6 and you want to start storing from cue 20, press Store Cue 20, please. When you return to using the Store Please syntax to store cues, the console will automatically pick the next whole number after the highest numbered cue in the cue list. The syntax to delete a cue is Delete Cue 5, please. When you delete a cue, you'll be presented with various options in a pop-up window. For now, select Normal Delete. The other option will be covered in a tracking tutorial. To delete a range of cues, use the Through key. For example, delete cue 5 through 9, please. The syntax to copy a cue is copy cue 3 at cue 10, please. Again, you'll get a pop-up window with options, and these are covered later in a tracking tutorial. Again, if you want to copy multiple cues, just use the Through key. For example, copy cue 4 through 10 at cue 15, please. And here's a quick tip. For a lot of these commands, the cue key isn't always necessary. For example, typing copy 4 through 10 at 15, please will work just as well. There are two easy ways to edit existing cues. The first is to play back the cue and edit it live by changing the values in the programmer. Then press Update, but take a look in your Update window. If the cue you are playing back and wish to update is shown, then simply press Update Cue. If this window shows a different cue number than you expected, then you've changed track data, meaning these attributes were programmed into a previous cue and simply tracked forward into the cue that you're currently playing. If you were to press Update Cue now, this would backdate your changes to the cue where the data was first entered. For example, let's say that your lights turn green in cue 2 and there are no further changes to color up through cue 5. Then you play back cue 5 and decide to change your lights to red in the programmer. Pressing Update will now offer you cue 2 to update. Due to tracking, when you press Update Cue, cue 2 will get changed from green to red and all subsequent cues will be changed as well. If this isn't what you're looking for, then you'll need to change the update mode to Add New Content. This button is located on a button in the top right corner of the update screen. Once selected, you should be offered the cue that you are currently playing back, and this means that now when you press Update Cue, it will update cue 5 and leave cues 2 through 4 as they were. An alternative way of editing existing cues is to use the Edit key to bring the data back into the programmer. Press Edit Cue 4, please. This will put all of the data in cue 4 back into the fixture sheet and make it active. Any track data from previous cues will also be called, but this will remain inactive in the programmer. Make the changes that you wish to make and then press Update. The console will then offer for you to save the data back into cue 4.